Shophetim, Judges chapter 7. And Yerubbaal, that is Gideon, and all the people who were with him, rose up early and encamped by the fountain of Harod, so that the camp of Midian was on the north side of them, by the hill of Moreh in the valley. And Yah said to Gideon, the people who are with you are too many for me to give Midian into their hands, lest Israel boast against me, saying, my own hand has saved me. And now proclaim in the hearing of the people, saying, whoever is afraid and trembling, let him turn back and leave Mount Gilead. And 22,000 of the people turned back, while 10,000 remained. And Yah said to Gideon, the people are still too many. Bring them down to the water, and let me prove them for you there. And it shall be that of whom I say to you, this one goes with you, let him go with you. And of whomever I say to you, this one does not go with you, let him not go. So he brought the people down to the water, and Yah said to Gideon, everyone who laps the water with his tongue as a dog laps, separate him from everyone who drinks down on his knees to drink. And the number of those who lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, was 300 men, and all the rest of the people bowed down on their knees to drink water. And Yah said to Gideon, by the 300 men who lapped I save you, and shall give Midian into your hand. Let all the other people go, each to his place. And the people took food and their shopharot in their hands, and he sent away all the rest of Israel, each to his tent, but held on to those 300 men. Now the camp of Midian was below him in the valley. And it came to be on that night that Yah said to him, arise, go down against the camp, for I have given it into your hand. But if you are afraid to go down, you and Pur your servant, to the camp. And you shall hear what they say, and after that let your hands be strengthened, and you shall go down against the camp. So he went down with Pur his servant to the edge of the formation of fives who were in the camp. And Midian and Amalek and all the people of the east were lying in the valley as many as locusts, and their camels were as numerous as the sand by the seashore. And Gideon came, and see, a man was relating a dream to his companion, and said, see, I had a dream, and see, a loaf of barley bread tumbled into the camp of Midian, and it came to a tent and struck it so that it fell and overturned, and the tent fell down. And his companion answered and said, this is none other than the sword of Gideon, son of Joash, a man of Israel. Elohim has given Midian and all the camp into his hand. And it came to be, when Gideon heard this dream related and its interpretation, that he bowed himself down, and he returned to the camp of Israel and said, arise, for Yah has given the camp of Midian into your hand. And he divided the 300 men into 3 companies, and he put shopharot into the hands of all of them, with empty jars and torches inside the jars. And he said to them, watch me and do likewise, and see, when I come to the edge of the camp, do as I do. And I shall blow with the shofar, I and all those with me. Then you shall also blow with the shofar round about all the camp, and say, for Yah and for Gideon. And Gideon and the 300 men who were and the 100 men who were with him came to the edge of the camp at the beginning of the middle watch, as they had but newly posted the watch. And they blew with the shofar and broke the jars that were in their hands. And the 3 companies blew with the shofar and broke the jars, and held the torches in their left hands, and the shofar in their right hands for blowing. And they cried, a sword for Yah and for Gideon. And each stood in his place round about the camp, and all the army ran and cried out and fled. And the 300 blew the shofar, and Yah set the sword of each one against the other throughout all the camp. And the army fled to Beth Shittah toward Serara, as far as the border of Abel Mecholah by Tabath. And the men of Israel were called from Naphtali, and from Asher, and from all Manasseh, and pursued Midian. Then Gideon sent messengers throughout all the mountains of Ephraim, saying, come down to meet Midian, and capture them from the watering places, as far as Beth Barah and the Jordan. So all the men of Ephraim were called, and captured the watering places, as far as Beth Barah and the Jordan. And they captured two princes of Midian, Oreb and Zeeb, and killed Oreb at the rock of Oreb, and Zeeb they killed at the winepress of Zeeb, while they pursued Midian. And they brought the heads of Oreb and Zeeb to Gidon beyond the Jordan.